So first off, I just want to say happy Thanksgiving. Today is Thanksgiving here in the United States. Hopefully you're spending time with your friends, your family, and your loved ones. Now, here's what's going on. We are less than 1 year away from the next election, which is a presidential election. It's a big election. The reason why? Because right now, Republicans control the House, Democrats control the Senate, and Democrats currently have a president in the Oval Office. That is big. It is a divided Congress. What this means is it's very difficult to get anything done. But what is about to happen, and this is where millions of people are about to be put in the crosshairs, because you will be targeted. Here's what I mean. Democrats want to pass more legislation to provide additional benefits to the American people. This is good. But at the same time, where does the funding come from in order to pay for this? That's the big question. And right now, nobody has an answer. Here's what has happened. We are being promised that we are being taken care of, that politicians care for us. Lawmakers are doing what they can. They're crafting these different laws and different legislation in order to benefit the American people. But it's not really working. One of the reasons why is because a lot of our benefits are going away. For instance, let's say you were on SNAP benefits a year ago. Well, this year on October 1st, 2023, we saw that SNAP benefits changed. That some beneficiaries now have work requirements. And these work requirements changed. They shifted. That was a massive, massive change where saw hundreds of thousands of people end up losing their benefits or seeing a reduction in benefits because of this change. But good news, it saved SNAP benefits a little bit of money, which means it saved the U.S. government a little bit of money. Here's another thing that is actually worrying many people right now. There is a nutrition program. It's called WIC. It stands for Women, Infant, and Children. This program is potentially going to have to turn away applicants in the near future. They say that if Congress doesn't provide another $1 billion for the WIC program, they will have to turn away hundreds of thousands of eligible mothers and babies because they do not have the funding. That's a huge issue. So you know what Congress is doing? Well, Congress is going to try to increase funding to SNAP benefits by $1 billion for next year. The problem is, there might not be another bill. Currently, the government funding bill that has been passed will expire on January 19th and on February 2nd, which means before January 19th, Congress has to pass a new bill which should include additional funding to SNAP benefits and to WIC. But it might not happen. One thing we do know will happen is there's going to be more discussions as to how much President Biden has done over the past year. Do people with student loans need additional relief? Democrats say yes. Republicans say no. You've got 3.5 years of a moratorium without making a payment, with no interest being added to your account. That's enough. We've also seen President Biden, he's forgiven over $150 billion in student loans. This is a huge impact. This also means the U.S. government doesn't get any of that money. They're just being forgiven. But where is that money going? Are people then taking that money and putting into housing, paying off debt, putting into savings, into cryptocurrencies? What are they doing? And how is that impacting the economy? Well, this is where some say the American people have had enough. They're not going to listen to Congress anymore. They're not going to do what Congress says they need to do. They're going to do what they feel is best for their personal life, their personal situation. That's what they're going to do. Now, at the same time, right now that we're seeing all this stuff happen, some are asking what is next? What is next for the American people? Well, here's what I can tell you. There is a possibility that we see some additional stimulus very soon. This additional stimulus would come in the form of a child tax credit payment. Here's the reason why. We are right now, it is November 23rd, 2023. It is Thanksgiving here in the United States. In a little bit over 1 year, on January 1st, 2025, we are going to see the Trump tax cuts. These are going to expire. Here's the reason why this is important. First off, Republicans want to see the Trump tax cuts extended. This is one of their priorities. Extend the Trump tax cuts, and then they would give into one of the other priorities for Democrats. Potentially funding for Ukraine, potentially funding for Israel, the $14.3 billion without the $14.3 billion in pay-fors from the IRS. That's possible. The other one, and this is huge, if the Trump tax cuts expire, this also means the child tax credit goes from $2,000 per qualifying child down to $1,000. This is one of the things that former President Donald Trump did. He doubled the child tax credit. Well, what's also on the table, which is something that Democrats want and Republicans want as well, is to bring back that child tax credit payment. That was that $300 per month or $250 per month child tax credit payment. It's $250 for children between the ages of 6 and 17, and $300 per month for children between the ages of 0 and 5. So right there, if we bring that back, which is a possibility, that would increase benefits for lower income households. That is what Democrats really want. So, what does this mean? Stimulus could be right around the corner. It is on the table. This is something that they're considering. But here's where Americans say we've had enough. We are promised the moon, promised the stars, promised the sun. We're promised everything in the world. But yet we are not getting it. Well, like I said, we are less than 1 year away from the next election, which is a big presidential election, which means there's a very good chance you will be promised everything. The moon and the stars and everything. But when it comes to the election and the people that we vote for end up winning, are they actually going to fulfill those promises? If it's like what happened with President Biden, he promised $200 per month for Social Security recipients. That has yet to happen. However, the Biden administration says he has fulfilled that. He has done that. Even though it wasn't a $200 per month increase to benefits, he has helped them because he's provided decreases in expenses, which could account for about $200 per month. So again, it's just a little bit of a different math, but I guess it still works out. So that's what we know at this time. That right now, we are less than a year away from the next election. With that said, there's going to be promises made that you are going to absolutely love. But are they actually going to come through? Are they going to be passed? The chances of that happening, well, we're going to have to wait and see. But not every single piece of legislation that's proposed is going to pass. So just keep that in mind. And I'll be here every step of the way. I'll fill you in on all the latest news and updates. But that is what we know at this time. Those are the things that are on the table, and that is what we need to look forward to over the next handful of months. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.